This video involves flashing lights. The Little Nightmares series is amazing. With Little Nightmares 3 coming out later this year, I thought it would be fun to look back at the previous two games and see if they still hold up today. This video does contain spoilers for both games, so be warned. So let's start with... So after waking up, you are put into the tutorial. This level shows you how to play and introduces you to the world. Why are there eyes everywhere and... This is the first enemy you will encounter in Little Nightmares, ignoring the leeches from earlier. This enemy can't see you, so they rely on noise to catch you. This means you can throw objects such as this cymbal monkey to distract him. Encounters with this enemy can be really tense, as they normally involve you making noise to escape. After completing a few areas involving him, you get stuck in a small room where he tries to reach under the door to grab you, but... The next level begins by also giving you a short look at the next enemy from afar. This time it's the chefs. You still have to be aware of noise, but now you also have to be aware of if you are visible. The environments usually have a lot of hiding spots in them, so you don't normally have a hard time finding a place to hide. There is still a lot of tense moments with the chefs, especially this bit. So after escaping the chefs, you will eventually find this ladder which leads you outside. So, you're in the middle of the ocean. Up until this point, you may have noticed that some objects were moving by themselves, and the camera sometimes looked like it was swaying from side to side. Well, this explains it. As you're traversing the area, you catch a glimpse of the lady from the beginning of the game, but she isn't going to be the problem for now. You have to get through here first. This level is quite short compared to the previous ones, but it is just as fun. The chase sequences are amazing in this level. On to the final level. So you start off this level by sneaking through this room and breaking a vase to get a key. In all the other levels in this game, when you make a loud noise like that, you alert the enemy and have to hide. But in this case, they just disappear until you enter this corridor. This area is basically a boss fight. It's quite simple but extremely cool. All you have to do is point the mirror at her when she goes into the light. And after you've done that a few times... There is 3 DLCs for Little Nightmares, and they are all amazing. The first DLC is all about water and... The second DLC is all about gnomes, and finally, the third DLC is all about... Overall, the DLC for Little Nightmares is amazing, but now it's time to talk about... The second game starts you off in the woods. You complete the first tutorial section and then meet Six, the protagonist of the first game. After helping Six get into the attic, you grab a key and find... You need to be careful around the hunter as he has a gun and... After escaping the hunter, you run through the woods for a bit and then... You sneak past him a few more times until eventually you are cornered and are stuck in this shed. So after that, you get on top of this floating door and travel to the city. After completing some simple puzzles, you will find a TV that you need to tune. After tuning it, you will teleport into the hallway from the opening cutscene. You are then pulled out of the TV before you can reach the end. Visiting this hallway will happen a few more times throughout the game, but I will talk about that later. After a bit, you will reach the school. Here you meet the teacher, who... Six is then taken away from you, and your goal for this level is to find and save her. Soon after Six is taken, you are introduced to the combat, which, I'm going to be honest, isn't the best. Well, I'm dead. Luckily, there isn't many sections using the combat, and most of the level is avoiding the teacher. The teacher has a stretchy neck which can create some interesting intense scenarios. So after leaving the school, you end up at the hospital. You first tune another TV before starting your search for a power source for the elevator. While you are searching, you are chased by a hand and then by mannequins who only move in the dark. After going down the elevator, you will fight two hands and then meet the doctor. He crawls around on the ceiling, meaning you have to hide under objects to avoid him. This area also has a chase sequence which ends with... So the next level is just the city. You start off by travelling through some buildings, trying your hardest to avoid the viewers. Eventually you will reach a TV that you need to tune, but this time is different to the others. This time you... So now Six is gone and you need to save her. On your journey to do so, you will acquire a TV remote that lets you turn TVs on and off. This creates some interesting puzzles involving the viewers, but it's not long before you find Six again. So he's back and I need to run. It's like he's everywhere. Luckily, I escaped him, but... After climbing up this ladder, you get into the street where he appears again. But this time, I've had enough. So now we are on the final level. We have to follow the sound of the music box until eventually we find... Now we need to break the music box to finally save 6. The only problem is, she doesn't want us to do that. So after we break the music box, 6 returns to normal. But while we were escaping, this happens. So in the final cutscene, it is revealed that you were actually the Thin Man, and then the game ends. If you get all the secrets, then you unlock another cutscene showing 6 seeing a poster of the Maw and getting the hunger that is seen in the first game. Overall, both Little Nightmares 1 and 2 are great games, and I highly recommend that everyone plays them. I will definitely be playing Little Nightmares 3 when it releases, and I hope it will be as good as these 2 games. If you enjoyed the video, then please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.